Here we go. What's the question?
Why is the site free?
Pardon me?
It says, why is the site free?
Why is the site free?
VDF grand opening.
This is Gary, thanks. Why is the site free?
So, okay. Why is the site free? Do you want to pay us? If you don't want it to be free, we will take money. You could send money to me, Mark, or Lucas over here, preferably myself.
Or preferably me.
Dude, me. No, seriously. Why is the site free? So that's a good question. First of all, for those of you, depending on how you got here, if you're a VDF grand opening right now, you may be inside the virtual deal factory. So this is the virtual deal late night with VDF, the virtual deal factory. And what we have going on is we have a national grand opening tomorrow.
Yep.
At 7:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. We have a national grand opening, and so what we're doing first of all is to just get you guys excited, have you be a part of what we're doing. We're doing these live shows. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff, prizes, giveaways, fun. This is just like the opening ceremonies.
Yeah, we're just having fun.
This is like the opening ceremonies tonight of what's going to happen over the next couple of days. It's absolutely crazy. And then you'll actually be able to go inside of the virtual deal factory where there's over 10,000 motivated buyers, sellers, deals, waiting to do deals, waiting to make money with you, waiting to bring you alongside and just help homeowners and make a ton of money no matter what you're looking to do in the real estate world. You'll be able to get in depending on where they came from. We're going to give them a very special gift, an opportunity to come in and experience VDF for practically a can of Coke. We're going to let them inside. Actually, a can of Coke from the 90s, and then and not only that, but then once inside, they certainly can have a free membership, or they can activate a full membership and do everything they want and make deals and make money and literally have an entire mastermind network, deals, buyer leads, more deals, sellers, TV shows with us,
absolutely,
and all that other great stuff, and muscular poses from Lou Cozzolino, which we occasionally give out in the holiday season.
Absolutely. So the question is, we have a question, Damien?
We have a question. Yeah, we have a question coming in. Doug,
as a Canadian, how can I buy properties in the state to invest in? The answer is simple. You can set up a United States LLC, again, consult a lawyer, etc. there in Canada to know the proper legality pieces, but you can definitely invest in the United States. We have people do it all the time. Just consult the proper lawyer. And again, there are Canadian investors inside Virtual Deal Factory right now. And there's people here inside where you're at.
You can invest in New Zealand.
Yes, you can invest anywhere you want. You just have to set it up properly.
And that was
question.
That was one of so many great testimonies we have about VDF from one of our members. Her name is Babs. Babs Wagner. Give Babs a plug. And I know she has a husband, but I forgot his name.
Babs and
we got to get spousal support in there. We need spousal support. Anyways, so she said to me, one time, this guy came to me and he was a buyer, needed help in Kansas, but I'm not from there and I had nothing to do, so I just threw the deal away. There's nothing I could do. And now that she was inside Virtual Deal Factory, she was able to connect with other investors, make the connection, not only help the homeowner, but profit because she had that connection. So that's how you do it. Next, we have a marketing question. And I have an answer to this, and you can answer this too. Question is, what's the best way to renew the Craigslist ads without getting the ad kicked out or blacklisted? Well, first of all, there's a couple things to that. I'm really big, Mark, on, I don't believe in anything in your business, both personally, morally, ethically, and from a business standpoint. I don't think you should ever do anything that's even slightly gray. I think there's too much good money to be made out there. To not do things the right way, and I'm not saying you're doing anything the wrong way, but Craigslist has a phenomenal value and a phenomenal service they have, and they have specific guidelines that sort of user what are they called user agreements that you have to abide by. So a couple things, you can't post more than 2 of similar ads. So one of the first things you need to do is you need to pull old ads down. That's what's really, really, really important. A lot of times, one of the things with Craigslist is you want to stay at the top of the pile so that you get the most visibility and the most click-throughs. But so a lot of times what people will do is they'll just keep, they'll keep reposting the same ad. But if you're not pulling down your old ads, you're going to get flagged really, 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 really quickly. A trick to that that's really, really cool is what you can do is you can actually just save the URL that you went to when you first posted the ad, so you can just unlist and list and not have to go through the entire submission process again.
That might be a little gray though, Damien.
Is that gray? I don't think that's gray.
No?
I don't think that's gray. I mean, they give you the option to do it.
Just so you know, I do gray activities sometimes. Very often. I think rules are meant to be broken or manipulated.
I'm in the process of working on Mark in the gray areas of his life. So we're working on that. But anyways, that's one thing you can do with Craigslist. The other thing you have to do without getting blacklisted or kicked off, one of the things that's phenomenal about Craigslist as a business model, but also has its drawbacks, is it is completely user moderated. So we've actually even had people who work with us with our system that, because they offer creative real estate solutions, they'll have realtors that just like sort of bitter realtors that are just flag their ads for no reason.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, because it's user moderated, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. But what I would do is, again, pull your old ads down, make sure your ads look legit, that you're really, you're putting personality into it. And and it's a good thing as a marketer too that you just don't get lazy and repeat the same thing, because you might write something a little bit different that you're like, what? We do that sometimes too. We write very serious sales copy, and sometimes I'll just throw something goofy like, hey, check it out. If you guys are bored and don't have a hot date tonight, come hang out with me and Starbuck the dog. And we'll throw out stuff that's a little funny because people react in different ways. So switch it up a lot. Don't just go in and change 2 contractions and think that's a new ad. And make sure you're pulling your old ads down. And also try different areas. And just because you're trying different areas, you can't bombard. You can't say, well, my ad is in 5 different states, so I can just keep bombarding. No, you can't list different areas. Don't play by the rules with Craigslist. Be diligent, and if you run into some bitter investors or realtor in your areas that are unnecessarily flagging your ads, there's nothing you can do. Just move to a different area, not physically, but as far as your investing and your marketing. And now with the Virtual Deal Factory, you can do that anywhere. You can go out to Wisconsin and put Craigslist ads there.
Absolutely, and I do business a little bit differently. I think gray areas are okay as long as you don't beat it to death.
Sure.
I mean, because it's gray right now. If we're talking about it, it's gray area, right? So, I mean, the thing is it changes. I honestly don't think you should run your business only on one source of lead flow anyways. You do have sites like Backpage.
Sure.
You have sites like Kijiji, KIJIJI.com. You can create videos.
Sure.
And go on YouTube. You can send out press releases in your local area or other areas saying, hey, I'm an investor. Like, investors, so you guys know, are lazy. They're looking for the easiest way to make money.
That sounds
and they're
mean.
competing. That's true.
Right.
Other
investors, not you.
No.
Investors.
Oh, no, I'm not saying. I advertise on Craigslist.
Right.
Like, we advertise there.
Sure.
But it's not our only mean. It's
I should, but I'm lazy.
It's a very simple, lazy way to go about. But what it does is it puts your business model into the hands of someone else that is like 100 millionaire, and that's Craig that owns Craigslist. And if he changes the rules, like, your business model has to change with it.
Yeah.
So you have zero control, which is scary to me. I personally think you should be doing signs. Do you bandit signs?
Compelling bandit signs.
Well, compelling bandit signs.
That's a whole separate.
That's a whole separate piece.
Segment of the show.
But and we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow.
Maybe
about compelling bandit signs. Bandit signs, and this is a gray area too because you can get fined.
Sure.
I mean, we've done thousands of bandit signs and never been fined, but you could get fined, and there's a right way and wrong way to do it. We'll talk about that. But Damien's right. Pull your ad, post new ad, get to the top, and keep being consistent. But don't look at it as the end all be all.
Sure.
Because you pigeonhole yourself into your growth is very limited, and it could end immediately.
Sure.
Okay.
Craigslist could start charging for real estate related ads or whatever.
And that's not far around the corner, I don't think.
It's possible.
We'll see. So we'll see what happens.